Good evening, everybody. I felt like, you know what, while he sets himself up his McDonald's Wi-Fi, let me come on here, talk to you people. By the way, no spoilers on Monday Night Raw. It's recording. It's the Raw after Mania. You guys know. Don't pretend you're not watching wrestling. Come on, it's cool again. The tribal chief, he lost. The Rock. You guys know the final boss. But as we wait for Fabio because he's got multiple studios. Fabio, multiple studios in his house, so that's why I wanted to talk to the people. This is a second studio, guys. You see, now he's going back into the green room. I'm gonna let him set up. It's all good. It's all good, guys. We're all going to talk about the match. Obviously, we're going to talk about Serie A. We have some busted tweets this week. Again, thanks for Ahmed saying MWP best channel. Thank you. Liban, yes, the McDonald's Wi-Fi not working for Fabio. Ahmed, with the last victory, Spiel will keep his job. All news talks about it. In your opinion, true or just Canelo will fire him at the end of the season? Who knows? Who knows, guys? Who knows? But right now, even if some of us thought that the calculations were going to start at the 1-0 result at halftime with Udinese, no. And we're going to talk about that game. But in the end, guys, let me go back to the video. We're going to get you started pretty soon. I'm going to wait for Fabio. And then stay tuned as we get this show on the road, as we say up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the clips today. I didn't watch. Nieces enjoyed it very much. So let me go back to this beautiful video Sunny made for us, and we'll be right back. I put the timer on and I lost Fabio. I guess that Wi-Fi problems, guys. It is what it is. We used to say we're not professionals, nor would we pretend to be. Welcome to everybody as we wait for Fabio too long. Yes, Fujis and Funyuns. Fabio is definitely worth the wait. So, guys, definitely waiting for again Fabio to join in. Fujis and Funyuns. No raw spoilers. Guys, what are we going to talk about? Again, as I was mentioning, the game itself, the result. A lot of people predicted this high scoring game. Especially in the pregame chat. The week that's coming, right? We have Thursday game. We have Sunday at 9 p.m. and leave it to us that we can play Sassuolo on a Sunday, but we can't play Inter on a Sunday. We got to move that on to a Monday. It is what it is, and here he is with he's coming on. I think you know what's happening. You know what I think is happening, Fabio? I think this guy is responsible right here. He's giving you
That's
his
true.
McDonald's Wi-Fi. I think because you asked him to come on, and this is what he sent you.
Yeah, because that's what's more important right now. Gio is chilling with those thunder thighs out there, and this new camera I got for some reason is just not registering. It's really pissing me off. So I'm in a great mood right now.
I shouldn't have went on. I'm sorry. I needed to talk to the people, but this is look at him. Look at him. He's tanning out there in beauty, California. I was just telling everybody we're going to talk about the game, talk about the week that's going to be, and Serie A, the results, to our football segment. What's going on? Well, you know what? Let me ask you what's going to go on this week. But before we do, right? What do people need to do, Fabio?
Well, if you haven't already, please do us a big favor. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you subscribe to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Hit the notification bell so you're up to date with all of our latest videos. Every time we go live, everything we're doing. Smash the like button. Leave a comment. Follow us on all your socials. Catch us on Apple, on Spotify, predominantly YouTube. That's where we do our best work. We're doing the Twitter machine, X, whatever you call it nowadays. And then most importantly, if you want to be a real supporter of the channel, join us on Patreon. Help us out. That's what we need. We got more MWP, coast to coast, pre-games, watch-alongs, your sister's ass. We got it all, baby.
And on that note, let's get the show on the road, shall we?
Let's go!
Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Milan fans all over the world, with your hosts, Vinny T and Stevie P.
Benvenuti nella casa Giro in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Coast to coast del numero 19.
Leao carica il boccino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Cari amici sportivi, welcome to an edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. Here we talk everything Milan, 5 in a row Milan, and will Pioli finish the story? Milan, a la Cody Rhodes. You guys need, I'm going to put my wrestling reference in there. Fabio joining me this week because Stevie P still studying. He's got to pass that test, and it's, he's got those online classes, but that's why we have a network, so we can have guys like Fabio. Unfortunately, we cannot have guys like this man himself. Maybe we could just put we have AI, right? We could put his voice in.
You're right. I wish we could have a third screen where it's just Gio sitting in the chair, showing us that kind of guys. I hope that is some epic man spreading right there. He only learned that probably somewhere around in LA. Gio likes to go see the stars. There's one star he couldn't avoid.
Don't go there.
That's my man Diddy. That's my man Diddy.
Okay, that's enough. Fabio joining me from Long Island. But what's going on this week? Are you going coast to coast? What
yeah, baby. We're going coast to coast. But before we get there, Thursday night, me and Gio will have our actual coast to coast show going on. But Friday night, Your boy's going from New York. I'm going back to Cali, and I'm going to go stay with Gio. Me and my wife are going to have a day out on Saturday. Sunday, if you're in the SoCal area, you got to come to the meetup 6 a.m. And you know who's going to be there bringing the fire, bringing the energy. That's going to be your boy. So don't miss it, people. Coast to Coast will be live. If you want to have a real watch along with me and Gio, he'll be complaining about something at Pioli and something about kids not getting able to play. You know, Gio, he's all about the youth. But me, I will be on fire. 6 a.m. and I'm waking up for Milan. Oh, boy.
So this weekend, guys, possibly no pregame as Fabio will be busy with Gio. I'm out of
You
town.
want us to do pregame at 5 in the morning?
No.
You want me to be divorced by the time I come back?
Here we are. It is game review time, but hopefully you have a nice time there with Gio. I wanted to first, you joined us at the beginning. We were we'd say pleasantly surprised with the starting lineup, and the discussion was going around that the battle for relegation in Serie A is very, very, very tough right now. So close, but again, we came back to we're Milan, we're playing at home, and we're playing Lecce. We should come out with a convincing win. I went with my typical we're gonna win, but people are still gonna be pissed off. But I'm pleasantly surprised. But seeing Pulisic in that position, and with Chucky's good form, and I'm talking about before the start of the game because he did have a great performance. How were you, if you want to take us back to your comments, to seeing this starting lineup?
My prayers have been heard. Maybe it's a week late because Easter was the week before, but Padre Pioli heard me saying, play Pulisic in the cam position. I've been saying this kid is versatile, baby. He's versatile. And I always want to say today, like we're going live. But in this game, you saw it firsthand. The American Captain America gave you the salute and exactly what you wanted to see. Him and Chuck working together, not just one right winger, but deuce, baby. And they worked well and they did great. Yes, again, Pioli doesn't do this on his own thought process. A suspended Loftus-Cheek gets Pulisic in that position, and Chukwueze gets his chance. And I'm super happy for the. I mean, it's two great plays, right? Chukwueze
almost had two goals.
But the play itself for the goal, he takes on his defender. He splits two guys, still able to get it back to Pulisic in front, and then does just Pulisic with a wonder goal. Just one touch to the left foot. Whoop, right in. Perfect start. Extremely happy. Even, you look at the back. Let's not ignore this because this is where our weakest point has been the whole season. You wanted to see Gabbia and Tomori. Well, that's what you got. Chow was ruled out for this game. Seems like he's going to be okay for the week or whatever. But here comes Gabbia and Tomori. There is no other options besides picking Kier. I don't think there isn't anybody else. That's basically it. But all in all, what you wanted to see, Adley had a good game. Leao had a good game. Giroud gets on the score sheet. I mean, Theo Hernandez is walking out with his kid. I mean, what more can you ask? And Mike, clean sheet. Happy for Mike. Maybe had one or two saves that maybe he had to make. I don't even remember.
We got, let's be honest, right? We got to play devil's advocate on the show. When they hit that crossbar, it could have been very easily 2-1. And that's when we talk about
their best chance.
Capitalizing on what we could have easily scored. Someone was mentioned there, like 5 to 6 goals. Chucky's bringing it, man. Chucky Cheese. He's I think it's a little too late, right, for the investment that we did in him. We would have see this kind of performance maybe at the beginning, especially when we had a lot of hurt guys.
There's still a lot of games to be played, and Chucky has more than his chance to shine. And it doesn't matter if you play 20 minutes or 90 minutes. It's what you do with the time that is given to you. Damn, I sound like Gandalf, all right? Look, that's all that matters, all right? And Chuck got his chance, and he took advantage of it. He's been doing it the past couple games. He's starting to get confidence. They're playing even better. This is what you want, guys. I know it's a little too late for the season, for the league, right, the domestic league, but when it comes to the Europa League and anything else we could be playing, you want to see your team getting steam towards the end of the season, finding a real form that, all in all, we've somewhat lacked this season. Maybe earlier on in the season we looked okay, but those 2 duds in the Champions League always brought us down to reality. But here we are, 5 games in a row, 7 games in all competitions, starting to look good, winning them however we need to, but we're looking better every game. Now, the real test is coming on Thursday, right?
Yeah. And
but
on Sunday as well.
Good. But Sunday, I don't give, honestly.
I give a shit about Sunday.
I do because there's other. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. How about the substitutions? So you did have Kier did come on, but I don't think he would be ready to start off. Terracciano made an
appearance.
Cameo.
He's alive.
Jovic up there. I think against Lecce, I would have probably started with Jovic. That's what I was talking about because I'm like, keep Giroud for Thursday. But looking at all, I think Pioli got this game right. I know it's still Lecce. Did look at some point, that they could have gotten to the game, but it is what it is.
I'll mention one thing about the subs, right? Because I believe there's somebody missing on the substitute list, unless I can't see because it's pretty tiny on my screen here. Wasn't Zeroli on the bench as well? I know I have to just mention this. Why doesn't Pioli at 3-0, right? 3-0 with 30 minutes to go. Why he doesn't give some of these younger guys a chance to play? I'm happy Terracciano gets out there and gets a chance to play for Teo. Fine. Okay. At least he gets some time. But why not play more of the young guys? Why not? Just a little bit. I know Franco's going to kill me.
Let me see if he was there.
But
let me see.
Wasn't Zeroli on the bench? Why not give the kid 10 minutes at the end? Somebody has to say it because Gio would have said it.
Zeroli was on the bench. Yes, he was. Even Simic was on the bench.
Okay, why not give these guys just a little time? Why not?
To make us talk. Just to make us talk. That's what it is. But hard to look at right now.
Franco, I'm sorry. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Franco. We always got to find something to complain about. That was me complaining it through Gio. Gio would have said that, so I felt
you would have been Mr. Negativity right now.
100%. So that's why I had to give it at least for that one.
So, as hard as this one may be, one flop of the match. Top is going to be a hard one, but our friends at Milan post, so it was like the tops and flops. Is Calabria the easy scapegoat once again?
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know. Not that he did anything egregious, right? I would even say I don't think this was a flop, man. Honestly, I don't see a flop here.
Comments. Maybe, what do you guys tell us?
Maybe Gapia, maybe just because I'm starting to pile together the other games that maybe he slips and falls. It doesn't look that great, but all in all, he's been solid. It would feel wrong to single out him or Calabria as flops. I mean, maybe the chat feels differently. What do you think? Is there anybody?
I'll see. How about the top? Can you put Captain America?
I mean, first of all, you gotta go with Chukwueze. You have to. The kid is finally shining. He makes a great play on the first goal. Listen, there could have been more for Chuck. He looked great. Maybe Pulisic. In the end, you give it to him. It's either him and Pulisic. I mean, Giroud who gives Giroud the cross? That's oh my god! Who did the corner? That one, Adley. Adley got the corner for that one. And doesn't Adley technically have two?
No, it wasn't Adley. Hold on a second. Let me.
Who did the corner? Somebody's got to know. Fought mob this shit. I don't remember who it was.
Chucky's assist to Pulisic, Adley to Giroud. Yeah,
and then Adley to
Leao. So would you give it to Adley?
Let's give Adley a little love, baby. Come on. The easy pick is Pulisic, Leao, and Chuck. This one, I'm going Adley, baby. Adley all
on
the
that
way.
One.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have to go with Captain America because just the fact that it's his first time playing in that position. Natural position is on the left. He's been playing on the right. Now he just plays there in the middle, and I think he just freed up a lot of space for everybody. So I'm going to give it to Captain America.
I like this one. I like this one. Ahmed saying flop Giroud, just a goal, but he didn't interfere
He didn't he wasn't very you know what, he picked up the scraps, and that's what we needed him to do, and that's what we're gonna need him to do on Thursday. Before we get into Serie A this week, this past weekend, Roma this Thursday, Sampdoria this Sunday, and then we head back, against Roma again. Yes, guys, we'll talk about Cassano, because guess what Jan has to say about Cassano. But it's and then we go to Inter on Monday. Yay,
that's the game.
Yay, a big test right there. We got to face Milan, Juve, and Genoa, Cagliari, Torino, Salernitana. Guys, we shall see what it is, but you think they could Sampdoria? So what am I saying? Sampdoria, Sassuolo. Scusate, thank God Faz is there. Do you think we could keep this form, Sampdoria?
It kind of all falls on this first game. Again, I think it's a tone setter. If Milan comes out at home and plays the way that they want to play, controls the game, dominates like they should, because don't tell me about De Rossi or anybody else. They're still not good enough. Yes, they're playing better, but they're not better than us. All right, we have way more quality in tons of positions better than them, so we should be able to handle this both games. But can we go on a run? My real doubt is the Inter game. I think that could be a real bump in the road. I think if that game doesn't go well, it could be a snowball effect. But we've been playing so great right now. Somebody said we got 7 in a row. I said, you know what I want? I want 11 in a row. Because an 11 in a row gets us past Roma and defeats Inter. I know that seems like a big ask right now. But let's do whatever we fucking can to prevent them from celebrating after beating us, clinching the title. That's all I want from Milan. I can't even watch that game because I bought Yankee tickets and they already switched the date on me. I can't do nothing about it. But for me, Thursday's where I'm looking. I think the rest of the form's got to be – it has to be there. I want Pioli to show these guys that this is like 2 seasons ago, they played an outstanding last 3 months of the season. This is what winning clubs do. You have to hit the stride at the end when it means the most. Now, it might not mean nothing domestically, but in the Europa League, we can try to at least push as far as we can to win a championship that we've never won.
I liked what Alex said in our group chat. We'll do well in Europa League and get a win over Inter in the Derby. All we can ask for from the team at this point. And you know what? Not just just give us a strong finish. Just give us a strong finish. And again, the Tomori is suspended against Roma. Yes, he is. I saw Lautaro is going to be suspended for next game. And anyways, guys, so let's keep the ball rolling, right? Let's see what we could do. Let's finish the season strong, and let's not kid ourselves, because these ball-busting teams that will come our way, these relegation teams that are battling, those are going to be dangerous, right? Just like an Udinese today that did nothing and still managed to almost pull up a point from Inter. And you know what? On that note, Fabio, you ready to let's go around some Serie A scores, shall we?
Let's go.
This segment is brought to you by Fubo.tv, your home for all things Serie A in Canada, EPL, e anche con commentario italiano. This is the game that, yes, hold on a second. We need for Liban. He likes
it. This is for not just Liban. This is for everybody whose family, their father, or maybe even them when they were younger, were watching that. What was it called? Gusher del Gol. Yeah, everybody had it in the house. It was on Rai International, and that's how you know it was time for Calcio.
You could be watching a getaway goal and about to score. C'avevano il gol direttamente del Livorno, and they just cut you the whole game, and they go to the. It was fantastic.
But this was usually like a young Fabio. Fabio's watching X-Men or Batman in the other room, and he hears the trumpets, and he goes running in the other room.
this is the game I want to talk to you about. Like Sassuolo guys cannot catch a break.
No.
Sassuolo in the relegation zone. And let me just go quickly here, guys. Look at that. As we talk about these scores, Cagliari 13 spots, 30 points. Udinese stays at 28, 30 to 25 points difference between 13th and 19th spot. Sassuolo coming up 2-0. 2-0 in this game, and let's Salernitana sneak themselves back in.
No,
It's just no, because at 2-0, I was like, you know what? It's better for Milan because you don't want to face Sassuolo at home because these are the kind of games that we've known in the past.
Yeah.
But this is the good form that we've been on that we need to get over these humps, right? But
Yes.
is Sassuolo going to join Salernitana in Serie B, Fabio?
I think Sassuolo. So Sassuolo was up 2-0 in this game. You said, right?
Well, it was 2-0 for Sassuolo. Yeah.
Yeah. So this dropping these points is massive for them. I think we owe Sassuolo a nice beating next Sunday, 100%. And I think for sure they're going down. This is not their season. They're struggling too much. Just a few more missteps. And again, there's still a decent amount of time. A couple of games go their way. But I wonder how many teams Sassuolo's playing that's literally in front of them that they can somewhat try to jump over. But to me, I think it's looking bad for them. I think they're going to need it. Who says it? I think it's Steve or Jan has said, like, they need that reset. They've been selling their best players. They've kept Berardi too long. Now they're going to get peanuts for him, which is good because he's hurt all the time anyway. But they need a reset. They need to go to Serie B and climb their way back up.
Obviously, the Milan 3-0 win. And then we had... It wasn't a snooze.
Oh,
it was entertaining.
The greatest derby in all of Italy.
There was a lot of yellow cards, and I love how Mancini at the end he's waving around the flag with Lazio colors and a rat on it, and at the end of the game he says like, "I didn't mean to offend anybody. I just took the first flag that a fan gave me, and it's just like
nothing shows Mancini for what he is. He's a rat too. He picked the perfect flag to wave around. The most unlikable person on Roma, but Roma's been the better team. 1-0. Yes, it wasn't a fantastic match to watch, but all in all, Lazio hasn't been great this season. You know, they might have looked good. What was it? The last game they scored a bunch of goals, but this one, nothing. So
no, definitely in Strasbourg, Steve for sure was not happy.
Yeah, sorry, Steve. Sorry, Steve.
And then, you know what? If you were watching this game back in the day, there would have been a lot of...
Yeah, this one was interesting. Yeah,
Empoli, Torino, 3-2. And that brings Empoli... let's having a look here at... Empoli at 28 points, still 3 points.
Big points. Those are big points, especially with Torino. Torino could have jumped over a couple of people there, it looked like. So that was a big game for them to drop points.
Definitely. So, you know, Empoli getting it done. Frosinone, Bologna, nothing in this game here. 0-0.
Oh, hold on. Diogo Mota. Oh my God. What happened? Beautiful soccer he plays. Ma che bella. Yeah, Daddy. He's already talking. It's already rumored. He's already seeing black and white stripes, zebras running across everywhere. Let's hope he doesn't forget Bologna still has a job to do. All right.
Definitely, but the one it's a very rare 0-0 Bologna game, and you know, these kind of they've been rare in Serie A. This one, hold on a second, this one actually does deserve it.
This one, you would have thought like something's going on. The amount of goals that came one after another.
What's going on? Napoli woke up.
And so did their fan base. These are the games they live for.
Monza going up 1-0. Napoli scoring 2. Milan legend Niang winning it at the end for Empoli.
Oh yeah, that's true. How do we forget about that? Good job. Thanks,
Adriano. From the Calcio guys. Napoli. What did they score, guys? Like 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then
I think it was 3 goals, like really quickly. I believe.
And then 3-2, 4-2, and Napoli says Vegliato. Honestly, guys, Napoli needed to do it because if they were going to lose this game, I think, like, I know Monza doesn't need the points, right? But you're
No,
losing nothing at a
they
halftime.
need it. They need it. Like I
But
said, the other points, Napoli could have been in real trouble if they didn't get those points. They could have been jumped by Torino as well. Napoli still has a very small chance. Where are they on the sheet? I mean, we'll look in a second, but they're not that far from Europe. They're sitting in 7th. Technically, is that a Conference League spot for next year? Who knows? Who knows?
48 to 55, that's still 7 points behind, and they need, well, then you see Atalanta losing points.
But I think even if they made
think
Europa
about it, they
League
would have been
or
at
what's called
45 if they would have lost this game, but they definitely got the win, much needed win. And guys, on paper, even though we like to make fun of Napoli had no business losing this game. Monza's, auguri la Monza that they're still in Serie A after 2 years. Good for them, but Napoli definitely needed to win this one. Genoa, Gilardino getting it done. They're
doing good.
2-1 against Verona. And then these are the kind of teams that we were talking about. Look at Cagliari taking the win over Atalanta. And if I'm mistaken, Atalanta was winning 1-0 into the game. Cagliari coming back. And look at
that. Goal by Scamacca, I believe.
Genoa, yes, Scamacca scored at the beginning. Look at Genoa, guys. Genoa, the 38 points. And Cagliari got these are the points that, Genoa just making sure that,
they are good.
Cagliari, 30 points. That's what they needed to do. And that's why I'm saying, yes, we want to continue going on this good on this good run, but these are the kind of teams you're going to have to be a bit more afraid of. But the kudos to the Genoas and the Cagliaris of Serie A. And then a typical Juventus Gatti wonder, and holy shit, did they need this win, Fabio? Fiorentina, man, it just that started so good, but if Juventus is going to lose points once again, I don't think that's going to be pretty, especially for their fan base and for them looking at trying to Bologna losing and them winning.
Well, right? Bologna tied 0-0.
Excuse me, Bologna tied. Do you think Juventus loses third spot if they
No, I don't think so, honestly. I think being that this is all they're really focusing on, there's no way that they're going to drop. I don't think so. Are they in the Coppa stuff? Coppa Italia, that's right. I forgot about that.
Who did they beat the last game, guys? Help me out. I think it was Lazio they beat. I believe so. No, Lazio.
Who cares? But the point is that I think they still have enough. There's still a little magic in that little bottle of Allegri. He shakes it up every. What it's like. You ever have the end of your cologne bottle, but there's like that little bit in there. You gotta shake them around just to get that little spritz. That's Allegri. He's still shaking the bottle, trying to get one more thing before they boot him out.
Shout out to you're too young. The Malizia sprays, guys. You guys remember? You guys know in the chat the Malizia directly from Italy had the different colors. The spray, we used to spray that shit like it was out of style. Udinese, Inter, guys. I want to take a moment here for anybody, guys. I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, Vince, I feel like I have to apologize.
No, I want to talk. Okay.
I want
to talk this. The Marotta League. Look at all these penalties Inter is getting. Oh my God, they're being guys. Udinese got a goal out of fucking nowhere today, and they did nothing after that. Don't tell me Inter is favorite and they're being favored by the referee. I'm sorry, guys. I can't take this. Udinese did nothing today. Tell me Udinese, they came out strong and they did this and they got penalized and whatever the case may be. No. Udinese took a shot. I don't even know how that ball went in. I don't know if you saw that today, Fabio. But if you're just going to sit on your laurels, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
No, and I feel I'm partially to blame, guys. Every time I hear anything good is happening, I turn on the TV and immediately it swings and enters. I shit you not. I am not kidding. Mikey from our New York City chat says, "Oh, Udinese scored." Oh, this is good. This is good. So I'm like, all right. I even say to my coworker, I don't want to turn this on because something bad always happens every time I do. And as soon as I open it, record it. For Inter, I'm like, and I don't even watch it. I just shut it off immediately because I knew Çalhanoğlu was going to score, which he did, and then they go and find the winner. I mean, it's sad to see an Udinese team. This is a team that Milan gave a win to. They gave it to them. And look, Inter can't even lose if they want to right now. They're still stumbling into victory. I was Eddie Mush 100%, Frank. As soon as I opened that phone, it eclipsed. I got an eclipse to my phone and it made me turn it off.
Saying Udine is bad, but still not a penalty. I think the problem is because the goalie was really behind Thuram and he hit him. Like, I think if it would have been in front of the player, that wouldn't have been a penalty. Yeah. But it is what it is, guys. Let's just try to delay their Scudetto championship. Yes. And again, let's take a look, guys. So Inter 82, right? 14 points difference with the Milan. Fiorentina with that game in hand with Atalanta, which I'm probably going to take after the season, they were saying. So it's going to be a very interesting race for the bottom teams. And let's see if Bologna or Roma can take over for that fourth spot. If Juve can hold on, it will be, yeah.
Who do you think is those other two spots? Because obviously 20 is locked up, but who do you think right now? We got 7 games left. Who's going to be the bottom two?
I think I'm going to go with the exact two that are there, Frosinone and Sassuolo.
You know what? I have to agree with you. I think Empoli showed enough. Verona showed enough that I think you can believe that they'll keep themselves out of it. It would take a miracle for, I think, Frosinone to get out.
Guys, what about Frosinone? Frosinone weren't they like in the middle spot next to Lazio at one point? And it's like,
yeah, they really fell. And honestly, Udinese is like barely trying to climb out. But I don't. If they got relegated, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I'd say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I know it's 2 points. Those 2 points are probably too valuable, but I'll go Udinese and Sassuolo.
All right. So and on that note. And was brought to you by Fubo.tv, your home for all things Serie A in Canada. Serie A Fantasy, Chicken Carm still up there at 24.47, live from New York. Peter from Patreon, he's very close there.
This is a 2-horse race here right now.
Robson coming on strong. Zaid from the Patreon as well. Look at all that. And do you partake? I love that Chooch FC. Love it.
No, you ask me this every time, and I tell you I'm in like page 75 or whatever it is. I'm deep at the back.
You're deep in it. So we do have one question from your partner on Patreon, which is related to one of the busted tweets. So you know what? That's the only questions we have for this week, guys. Patreon. I know you like the chat, but give us some
we got some stuff, but a lot of it, you're right, is related to the Cassano conversation, which we.
So let's do that. You know what? Let's ask Gio if Gio, you're okay with us to do some a busted Calcio X.
Gio's man-spreading way too much, and I don't like it. Get this picture.
So let's go with some busted Calcio X, and I did upload Jan's fantastic voice, and let's see what he's got for us. And then yes, he does have the Cassano thing, so we're gonna stop there and we're gonna discuss. Jan, what do you have for us?
All right, so it's gonna be busted Calcio. Oh, it's going to be a little bit different today. I didn't really have as many tweets, but there's things to talk about. This is for the week starting on April 8th. So how about we get right into it? First one is an image from the Serie A match between Fiorentina and La Juventus. And Serie A once again making it to this segment because what did they put at the start of the game? Don't call me gypsy. Use the right words. Don't call me gypsy. Use the right words. I don't know who they hired to come up with these things. I don't know what focus groups they maybe focus groups at the bar. I don't know who they look this over with. You're a top 5 league in the world for soccer, right? For Calcio. Why are you acting as if you're like the Canadian Soccer League, the one that incorporates like the university teams? Like, are you guys serious? And how are we supposed to make more money with this?
Fire.
Don't call me gypsy. Use the right words. Pathetic. Once again, I don't even know how. What are the right words? Like, call me person. Like, hey guy. I don't know. Like, what? Using the right pronoun. I don't know what they're supposed to mean like this. And they made a hashtag. Don't call me gypsy as well. I don't know how that helps. Anyway, on to the next one.
So, guys, in no way, shape, or form are we saying that the word gypsy is not a racial slur in Europe, but leave it to Serie A. Leave it to Serie A. That's just coming off a racism kind of drama with Acerbi and one Jesus about using the word, I'm going to make you black. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go with the hashtag as well. Don't call me gypsy. And you know what's funny, Bobby? When you sent us a picture, as soon as I saw it, I was watching the game. I wanted to take a picture, and then I couldn't rewind it.
This is, first of all, Jan's right. What do you mean use the right words?
I think it's more that.
But what does that mean? Use the right words. Call them whatever, other slur you want to call them. But gypsy, don't call me gypsy. All right. It's like Borat, like who says, I get gypsy is somewhat of a put down in other countries in Europe. But come on, is this where we're tackling? Is this where all the people in the stands are chanting gypsy, gypsy? No, they're chanting monkey chants, other shit. Why don't you focus on the real things that are plaguing your country? Serie A has no idea who the hell is coming up with this stuff. This is insanity. This is insanity. You see this? You go, there's no way these people have any idea what they're doing up there. Oh, the gypsy tears. We have Interista tears. We have Laziale tears. But don't you dare ask for gypsy tears. Use the right words.
This is coming from a league that used to go stop piracy when people have been legally streaming for the last 15 years. But then they decided to do this out. And do you remember they did guys? This is no word of a lie. They did an anti-racism campaign. I don't know how many years ago, which was the faces of 3 monkeys. Guys, I'm not joking. 3 monkeys with the like this, and like this. But they used monkeys, guys. This is Serie A. This is Serie A.
Serie A is really something else. There might be monkeys running the show up there.
Yeah.
So this is not this tweet is not directed at IFTV. They were just reporting on this, but it's more the content of the tweet. So Leao versus Cassano. This is not something new, by the way. Cassano was always ragging on Leao, even when he was doing that show with Blvd. I mean, he is an Interista. I understand it, and he draws his own conclusions. So Cassano saying Leao's problem is he thinks he's a phenomenon. He's a good player that has great physical strength. That's it. 10, 15 years ago, he wouldn't have been able to play for a team fighting for 6th, 7th place. Cassano. And Leao's reply was a bunch of clown emojis, rightfully so. Leao's problem is he thinks he's a phenomenon. I don't know where Cassano has ever spoken to him. Like, where do you get that information? You're just throwing information out there that has nothing to do with anything. You're creating false lies. I mean, lies are false, but you're creating false rumors that the guy... When did the guy come out and say that I'm a phenomenon? When did he ever come out and act that way or say that things? You're inferring things by looking at him on the pitch, which is totally wrong. And he's a good player with great physical strength. That's it. I think he has a bit more than just some great physical strength. I think he has a very good playmaking ability. He has a good finishing. And his speed, obviously, is part of his physical strength, but it's another attribute of his physical strength. And I think he's growing every year with Milan, and eventually he'll probably move on to another team or another league and grow even more. There's something that strikes me about these comments from Cassano, considering that he was a person with a lot of talent and did sweet fuck all with it, besides, going to Real Madrid and then eating and drinking the whole time and not doing anything with his life. Coming back, he played with Milan, won a Scudetto with us, left to go to Inter, played with... his time in Sampdoria, he was pretty decent. He didn't really do much with Inter. Obviously, we all know about his breakout with Bari and what he did with Roma. Yes, he had his ups and downs. I just find it odd that people are still asking a loser like Cassano for his opinion on this stuff, but obviously it generates clicks. It has us talking about it. And I think Leao's response was perfect because Cassano is a clown. He's an absolute douchebag. And it's unfortunate because I used to really like him as a player, but I just find this is out of nowhere. Had Leao come out and said, I'm the best player on the team, had he come out and made quotes just like that loser Hakan Çalhanoğlu, then I could see how Cassano had something to talk about. But when has Leao ever said that? It's like, it's unfathomable to think that he even believes this about himself. That's why it's just bullshit. And the fact that it's on Rai now, he's no longer on the internet. Like Rai put him on there to get some clicks. That's the state of these television channels and the state of televised sports these days, because they know people can get all the information elsewhere, so they're fighting for any scrap to get something on there that people are going to talk about.
And obviously, your partner in crime, who gave Cassano fentanyl? Tell that bum at this fault he didn't become a star, and tell him to get off Tio's nuts. Mr. Cassano, 10, 15 years ago, let's go 10 years ago, 2014, you're telling me that in 2014, if you go take a look at Serie A's lineup at those years, you go take a look at the who won 2014, Juve. Go take a look at that Juve team and tell me that Leao wouldn't be part of the top 6 or 7 teams. You're telling me that Milan during the banter years, that one year we finished 10th and all the other years 5th, 6th, that the Leao of today wouldn't be able to compete 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Then you need to wonder. Then you need to wonder, is this guy? I think he's just fucking with people. I don't know, because Cassano is the biggest, I'm going to say, biggest waste of talent, even more than Balotelli. Even more than Balotelli. And I loved Cassano. When he came at Milan, I just loved his attitude. I just just wasted talent. Now, what are you doing? Yeah, like Cassano, it's like, no, he's Kevin Constant was untouchable. Yeah. This is so busted. It's just, and again, you know, when Jan makes a point, when did Leao come out and said I'm a phenomenon?
He never did. This is an mitigated attack on Leao. Why? Because he's like undoubtedly what, 1 or 2 best players in the entire league. Doesn't come out and say anything. Doesn't showboat really at all. He's just a beast of a player. He has the great physique. He's super fast. And you know what? He's young. He has style. People don't like that. This guy had more coke blown up his nose that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He might get residual highs 15, 20 years later. He might be on that yay diet. It might be true. It might be true. I don't know. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's what they say. But this guy is just a troll. That's all Cassano does now. He just goes out there. He loves to talk shit about Milan at any chance he can. You know, you would think that the guy forgot that he won a Scudetto with us. But for me, this is a guy trying to call the pot calling the kettle black. It's not even the case. Leao has a good head on his shoulder. You don't see him walking around with the pawns as soon as he got a big contract from Milan. And I promise you, even when the day comes that he leaves to go somewhere else, he's going to be a more professional than Cassano's ever been in his life. How many players of Serie A, like the players of the season, did Cassano win? I'll tell you, none. Okay? And Leao got one within his 3rd year in the season. Let's relax. Cassano has a mouth and an asshole, and both of them talk a lot of times, all right? You don't got to pay no attention. He's busted. It's sad that he's on an actual Rai station now. But you know what? Give me a fucking break with this clown-ass shit.
And we did save his life, Cassano. We did save his life at Milan, and then at the end of that season, ungrateful bastard that he was, just went to me. I want to go to Inter. I was always an Interista. Fuck you. Anyways, this is so busted, and I don't know if he's gonna have something that beats this. But Jan, what else? I think he's got.
And finally, from Stinker at Stinker Jenny, MT Milan Twitter needs to understand that a striker like Xerxes should definitely not be our priority. Follow-up tweet. While I rate Xerxes, and obviously I would take him at Milan, I think our striker profile should be different from his. So, let's break this down. He's telling us that we need to understand that he's definitely should not be our priority. Okay, doesn't explain why, doesn't have any rebuttal to it. And then he says he rates him, which I think most people will rate him. He's a fairly good attacker. Obviously, I would take him at Milan. So, you're saying right there you would take him at Milan, but that the rest of us need to understand why he should not be our priority. And he thinks our striker profile should be different from his, but then does not go on to say what the striker profile is that he wants. So, very classic Milan Twitter, half dim-witted comments over here. I don't see how we should not be going after Xerxes. We have Colombo coming back from loan, if that happens, and Jovic for next year. We have Okafor, who is not a pure striker in my opinion. I like him as a backup to Leao and coming off the bench. So that's who we're going to go for. That's what we're going to start with. Yeah, I know we need a center defensive midfielder. We need a right back. We need another center back. These are all positions that we need. But we definitely need a striker. And the idea that if a guy like Xerxes is able to come to Milan, that we should be focusing on other things, like who are we going to focus on? Erling Haaland. Like, provide some sort of, I think they should focus on player X. Or I think they should do this with their money. That's fine. I mean, we're all entitled to have those types of opinions on other people's money and how they spend it, right? So, I mean, why not say something more than what you said here? It just seems like 2 tweets back to back that really don't add up to much. So I guess that's why his name is Stinker, because that was another stinker that he dropped. So that's it from me this week. Please, if you have any tweets that you'd like to send our way that we can discuss, I think I'm going to start opening it up to television segments. As long as there's a screenshot and something that we can talk about, why not? There's a lot of dumb stuff that's said all over the place. Obviously, Twitter is a really good place for dumb stuff, but I say dumb stuff all the time on Twitter. So you can even call me out, and maybe I'll feature myself on the show. All right? So have yourselves a nice week, and Forza Milan.
Yeah, and
Right.
thank you very much for that. And I don't even think it's a discussion. I know it's not a tweet, but Cassano is definitely. I just want to go back to needs to understand that a striker like Xerxes should definitely not be our priority. 4.2 thousand views. While I rate Xerxes, and obviously I would take him at Milan, I think our striker profile should be different from his.
You know, I rate. This is like one of those new terms that have slung into everybody's vocabulary nowadays. Haven't you noticed? Oh, do you rate him? Yeah, I rate him. Oh, I rate him. Oh, he's great. You know, it's like, all right, we got it. Xerxes is a good player, and he should be on a high priority on our list because he's a striker. He's in Italy. He knows the league. The idea is that let's not immediately go out there and get a foreigner and thinking that what you've seen in another league in another country is going to be able to 100% immediately get those results that you're really looking for, because you're going to have to replace Giroud, and Xerxes looks extremely talented right now. Yes, maybe we won't get his coach, whatever, but for God's sakes, we're going to lose. What does Giroud have? Giroud has like 14 goals this year, doesn't he? He has a high amount. You have to find somebody who's been in the league, who has severe talent. And the guy he's not slow. He's fast. He can pull guys in and give space for our wingers to just fly. So I think he's a great guy for us. If you have somebody else, I guarantee it's going to be for some ridiculous amount from a country we don't know, from a team we have no idea what his level of competition against him were. You were defeating guys that play in a third level league, and like, that's great. Maybe it works out, but there's always like an adjustment period, right? Oh yeah, exactly. Or we just tell Zlatan to come down and we do it one more time. The idea is that if we don't get Xerxes, somebody in Serie A is going to go and spend money, and then we will regret that we didn't sign him. He is a good player.
Then? Who's going to spend money? And I'll see what Bayern Munich think. What are they taking? 10%
from the other country, but he doesn't seem like he wants to leave.
I'm gonna give you the other side to this conversation. What I'm worried about is a guy like Xerxes that came from Bayern because he wasn't going to get any playing time, comes to Bologna, performs. What I don't want to see is another Piontek that performs at sub-level teams, and he gets in and he cannot handle the pressure of the big teams. So I'm not saying this will happen. Hopefully, we're mentioning Retegui or guys, you want to keep somebody in Serie A, but the problem is that when you get these guys from Serie A, you're selling to another Serie A club. All of a sudden, the player is worth 15 to 20 million more than he's supposed to be. Collecting this, and they need to sell a lot. 70 million? No, I wouldn't take 70 million.
And I don't think that's honestly on the table. If they
Milan ain't gonna spend 70 million.
I think 40 million. We're throwing in a little side salad. All right, nothing like getting his salad tossed, and he's already been there for the year. Let him keep them. Maybe we sell Colombo, and then we go. And the real big elephant in the room is the reason why we can't keep Colombo. You're going to have maybe Jovic for another year, is because this waste of fucking space. We can't get rid of this guy. He's coming back next year because nobody is going to pay us to take this guy. Divock Origi is coming back for another spell, and I pray to God we find somebody we could sucker into getting rid of this guy, or he has a hell of a preseason or something that somebody wants to just take him. But he's going to come back too, man. He's another one.
Yeah. Where is Caldara? Where is Caldara? I would like to calculate.
I have no idea
how much has he made per minute, because I don't know how many presences he's had. Caldara, guys, what was that? Was it 40 million and 40 million Bonucci?
I think Bonucci is technically still our highest. I think he was 41. Frank probably knows.
Yeah.
He sent Origi to the MLS. That's how bad Origi is. The MLS want nothing to do with him. He's on a relegation side. Where is he? In Nottingham Forest, I believe. He gets less time than Gio Reyna. Just put that in. They don't want him at all. All right? He's a bum, Origi. He is a bum.
Oh, so Doctor Strange.
That's true. He does play with the Primavera every once in a while.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you. By the way, Renee, he's got the best accent out of the MWP Patreon. He's got to send him some more voice notes. Fabio, let's finish this off. So Thursday night, coast to coast, be talking about the result. You and Gio, hopefully he's not man spreading as much as he is. Let's take a look.
That's true. If he spreads that much at the bar, somebody might get upset. Look at those thighs, man. Gio,
he's a muscular man.
You know what it is? Gio, he's not like me. He hasn't let himself go. Gio's keeping himself in shape. He has those girly legs, nice thick legs. He got the low shin. That's why we call him the pretty boy of MWP. That's our moneymaker. Nobody wants to see me and Steve in the Jello. They want Gio. Gio calendar coming soon. But I'll tell you what, guys. More importantly than I hope you show up Thursday night to see me is that if you are in the greater New York area, baby, and you're skipping out for lunch, skipping out early, or damn, you got the corona, you can't come in, maybe you're going to take Friday off too. You got to come down to Legends Bar, the Football Factory, 33rd and 5th Avenue. You say, fine, I'm not from New York. I don't know where the fuck that is. You've seen the Empire State Building, right? Right? Haven't you?
It's right there.
You just go right to it. It's right across the street. It's literally in front of the fucking bar. Come say hello. Come watch the game. The club will be there. I will be there. I'm bringing my buddy. I'm going to be in the bar for like 2-3 hours before. God knows what, Fabio, you're going to get when you show up. But the most important thing is you come, you rep, come support the club, come support Milan. Let's do it, baby. Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't be late, baby.
And to Milan Club New York, shout out to them. Hopefully, I'll be able to squeeze myself out of work. If not, next Thursday, I am off. So for now, coast to coast this Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll have the pregame and possibly
next Thursday, Fabio's going to be live at the bar again, baby. So don't you fucking worry. Rain or shine, or no matter the outcome, Fabio will be live at Milan Club New York. Don't fucking miss it. Come through the Football Factory. Do yourself a favor. Come check us out, baby.
On that note, guys, hopefully let's go get this win on Thursday. Let's sweep aside Sassuolo, not Sampdoria. Thank you, Faz, and we will talk to you guys pretty soon. Knock. Press on that notification, subscribe,
Do
hit the
it.
bells.
Come
They're gonna
on.
let you know. And on that note, ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan! Andiamo!
Ciao, guys.
Vincerai, non ti